Good morning. Welcome to the third of my $19 Amtrak journeys. Today, we're going far beyond anywhere that we've gone before. In fact, we're going to the furthest possible point you could have possibly gone with that $19 deal. I don't have a mask this time to celebrate, but we're going to Roanoke, Virginia, which is some hundreds of miles away, I guess. For what it's worth, people have been asking me that this isn't the Roanoke where the colonists all got lost. This is the Roanoke in the mountains that I know very little about, so I'm really excited. Going down, it won't be a direct ride. I have to change trains in New York, but coming back up, it'll be a one-seat ride from Roanoke to Boston, which is just profoundly cool. I mean, it's no California's effort, but it's just like kind of awesome. There's one train from Roanoke that just goes straight up to Boston. I am super excited. This is the longest possible journey that you could have gone for that $19 deal. And yeah, heading to Roanoke. Look at all these people standing. There are no seats here. But yeah, so we're here for about 2 hours, I think. I'm gonna try to find lunch somewhere. You know, it'd also be nice if we had a, departure board on this big screen instead of just ad saying how great New York is. Just a thought. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just,
Surprisingly hard to find non-chain food around here, but went to the Bryant Deli and got a turkey sandwich, so we'll see how it tastes. Pretty yummy.
You've been watching Miles the Food Critic.
Pretty yummy.
It's crowded in here. I feel like post-pandemic it's just going to be mayhem. There's just not enough place to sit here. New York. It's worth noting that this is all charted territory until DC. Although I've only been past Philly once. Beacon of light, beacon of hope. Beautiful skyline of Wilmington, Delaware.
In a few more minutes, we'll be arriving at our next station stop, Baltimore Penn Station.
Huh. I wonder where we are. So we just headed out from EWI Airport, and we're running about 13 minutes late, which I'm a little worried about because we have about a 20-minute layover in DC, and I was hoping to be able to go upstairs and get food. I know they have to change the locomotive there, so maybe they'll just leave DC late too, but I don't know. Hope I have time to get some real food and not have to have like DiGiorno's for dinner. Power's gone out, and he's talking to
Again, the reason why we are currently stopped is because we're having some mechanical issues. Our engineer is currently working on the situation.
Cool. Power's back on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, do apologize for the delay. We're just about finished with rebooting our engine. Should be on the move shortly.
Yay. DC. Clearly the rest of the train must have been much busier than up here, because there's lots of people getting off, but up front in this car is pretty quiet. They told us that the layover is short and we shouldn't expect to be able to go up to the station. They implored us not to. You should let me know if that's something that I should ignore in the future. Because I would love some real food right now, but I'm going to heed their advice. This was accidental, but I find it really lucky when I can sit in a seat that's pre-reclined, because then I don't have to feel guilty for reclining it later, because it's already there. It's already reclined. I suck.
You're from Charleston. I'm from Richmond. What are you from? Me too.
Alright, leaving at 5:05. Exactly half an hour late.
Time said I'm getting on a train to Roanoke. She said, oh, you in Roanoke?
Now I'm in truly uncharted territory. I've never been on a train south of DC.
So what do I do
well,
if you were an idiot like me and got on the wrong train to like God knows where? What would you do?
This says that it's scheduled to get to Alexandria at 5:18.
And that's where we're headed?
Yeah.
So you're saying if I got off the train and then got on the other train.
Then you get on
Mom,
the other.
why am I so stupid? I honestly blame you because you were a hippie and you did a lot of drugs.
Don't beat yourself up, babe.
I'm beating her up.
Don't do
and
that.
I have walks on the train. Is that
That's not
great?
fair.
It's way easy.
It's interesting how different the ride is now. It's a diesel engine. I think when we're electric, it's just like kind of a humming noise and just a lot faster. And now it's just like a regular train, you know, just chugging along. So having left Manassas, we are beyond VRE territory. Now just our own beast, Amtrak only.
My head. I just had already got up.
Culpeper. We're about 35 minutes late. And from here, the stops get really far apart. So we have 3.5 hours left in the trip.
Exit, because it's saying this
I think the exit's really that way.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
We have 3.5 hours left, and there are just 3 more stops. So basically, each stop is further than an hour apart now. Charlottesville. Just a few minutes after leaving Charlottesville, we're in the middle of nowhere again. It's starting to get dark. There's something kind of soothing about just rolling along through the woods in a train. Lynchburg. Pretty much pitch black at this point. Our next stop after this is the last stop, and it's Roanoke. So that's another hour or so. So still plenty of time on the train. Roanoke. We made it. We're about half an hour late. A little more than that, honestly. But yeah, decent amount of people came here. And this whole shot is slightly out of focus, so that's great. But good to be here. I'm really excited to spend some time here.
I gotta say, it smells really nice here. It's got that kind of mountain smell in the air. Roanoke is lively tonight. more lively than Boston would be at this time, honestly. It's like 10:30. So I got a double burger from the Texas Tavern for like $3. So we'll see if it's good. I mean, in very low price, but I'm now walking to my Airbnb, which was $45 a night. So heck, if that isn't the cheapest place to stay in Roanoke, it might not be, but it's pretty dang cheap. Very quiet. I'm excited to spend 2 nights here. So I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. This is Miles and Post. The burger was fine. I mean, it's what you expect from the price.
You've been watching Miles the Food Critic.
The burger was fine. Good morning. This is my full day in Roanoke. And I'm starting it out by walking up to the top of Mill Mountain. I guess there's a big star up there, and that's like a big Roanoke thing. There's my destination. By the way, here's a bus stop. I won't actually be able to ride the bus on this trip, most likely, because the buses don't run on Sundays. Okay, here's the Monument Trail. Not the private driveway, with this trail. I'm gonna take this up the mountain. Very pretty. They have this nice bench at the intersection between the Monument Trail and the Star Trail. Now the Star Trail says hiker only, and I figure that's what that big like candy cane across it means, is like don't bring your horse or whatever up that way. Hopefully it doesn't mean the trail is closed, but I'm gonna go down it anyway and face the consequences because I'm trying to get to the star. Well, I can say pretty confidently that I did not drive up here. Mwahaha. World's largest man-made star. What's the world's largest natural star? I guess the sun, or you know, whatever. Totally worth it. So to avoid retreading the same territory, I'm taking the road back down. This is Prospect Road Southwest, and I don't believe it's actually open to cars anymore. This was the original road up the mountain, and now it's open for pedestrians and bikes and whatever else. So here the road curves around on itself, right outside of a private residence that looks very fancy. So this is the old toll booth for this road. Very cool, very, very grand. I think the downtown feels a lot more welcoming during the day. A lot of cool old buildings, old businesses. Well, that's not an old building, but still. Brunch from Scrambled Restaurant. Excited to dig in. All right, so that place is famous for its French toast, apparently. And I can see why. That was really good.
You've been watching Miles the Food Critic.
And I can see why. Looks like this is the downtown bus station, right next to the Greyhound station, or next to the Amtrak station. Virginia Museum of Transportation. You know I had to come here, it's on brand.
You know, old cars are cool and all, but I mean, come on. We know who wins here. Did I mention this was an $8 student ticket and $10 for adults? This place is awesome. I love when these museums have like bowels in their rail yards where they just sort of have all of the stuff that hasn't been restored yet. It's just really cool to see all these sort of random little vehicles lying around. Yes, they have a Greyhound exhibit. Alright, that is a great place to visit if you're here in Roanoke. Really cool experience. And a very cheap ticket. I mean, $10 is crazy for the amount of stuff they have in there. So definitely worth it. Alright, I'm now going to the Roanoke Pinball Museum. I'm very excited.
That museum was amazing. you get unlimited plays for like I think $12.50 was the ticket. And it's good you get unlimited plays because I'm terrible at pinball, but it's just really cool, like all the different machines they have, like vintage ones and newer ones, and seeing how the technology's evolved and also not evolved. Like a lot of the technology is still the same. I don't know. It's really cool. So dinner time now. Hey, it's Miles and Post again. For dinner, I had Indian food, and it was great.
You've been watching Miles the Food Critic.
It was great. I realized I forgot to film something last night after dinner, but it's 5:44 a.m. and another not great sleep night, just because I didn't get enough of it. Sleep was fine, I just went to bed too late. And another long journey day. Sadly, we're leaving Roanoke and going back to Boston.
Once again, the Texas Tavern and its 24-hourness helped me out a ton. There's like nowhere else open right now, so there's like nowhere I could get breakfast before the train. So I went there and got a sausage sandwich. Come on, Roanoke, we need places open at 5 a.m. so that train riders can get breakfast. Brief glimpse of some buses. I never got to ride one, but you know, it's a pretty standard American bus system. There's a coach bus over there, though. Alright. This is the one singular train that will take me to Boston. I don't have to change anywhere this time. I'm really excited. It's going to be a long ride. It's really cool if there's a train to Boston from all the way down here. I think I call this train the Cavalier. It sounds a lot cooler than Northeast Regional. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Roanoke. It was a really, really nice day. Pretty much everything I did was awesome. The Airbnb was great. And I'm really happy that I had the chance to come down here for $19 each way. Summer South of Alexandria. My original goal was to stay awake for the whole section of DC, but that failed. And I fell asleep somewhere between Lynchburg and Charlottesville. We're in DC. We actually have a decently long stop, about 40 minutes. So I am totally taking this time to go to the station and get some actual real food. Also, interestingly, we made a stop at L'Enfant Plaza, which is like a stop that only VRE trains serve, and you can't book it on Amtrak, but they have this one Amtrak train stop there to like compensate for no midday VRE service, but you can only do it on like a VRE ticket or something. I don't know, I have to look into it, but that could be really interesting videos in the future, so stay tuned. Anti-Am's closed. I'm furious. Okay, so I got a chicken sandwich and a pumpkin loaf. I realized I may have screwed myself by not memorizing which gate we arrived at, because they haven't actually announced the gate. Like, the train is not technically boarding yet. So I'm sort of going to try to retrace my steps and hope people don't get mad at me for knowing where the train is.
Could be located in the seat pocket in front of you.
Leaving DC. Already going way faster than before. From Roanoke to Boston. We arrived about 10 minutes early. Honey sour.
You've been watching Miles the Hygiene Critic.
Honey sour.